My name is Mary Duggan. I'm a resident of Daniel, and I want to compliment the council tonight on the way you're handling this. I appreciate the fact that each council person has been assigned a different budget. You've obviously done some homework on this. And thank you, Mr. Davis, for the way you have posted your budget online. I really appreciate that. I did have a question about some of the other budgets you've already approved because I wasn't able to access those online, and I think I heard Mr. Matthews say that they would be posted now. But next year, if you could make sure that those are posted prior to the hearings, that would be very helpful. This is a big job tonight. You've already spent a lot of money, and it sounds like you're looking at spending a lot more. I stood before you last year and asked the council to reject the proposed budget for 2013 and to ask the county manager and department heads to devise what I call the Plan B strategy to restrict budgets, because we were not in a business as usual economy. The council listened patiently, but you passed the budget anyway. That budget included a 5% raise for all the county employees. Some of those employees, I understand, also received an additional 1 to 3% increase for their performance, and some moved into new job descriptions at a higher pay rate. Our county employees do a great job for us, and they do deserve to be rewarded, but I think they are living in a bubble that is supported by all the taxpayers. And let me just tell you what has happened to me personally since I stood here last year. My personal federal income tax rate has increased from 10% to 15%. That's a low rate, I know, but obviously my income level is pretty low too. That's a 50% increase that I'm paying in federal income tax. My health insurance policy has been canceled at the end of this year, and the new one that I'm replacing it with will cost me an additional $5,000 more in premiums for 2014. That's a 100% increase over my 2013 premiums. And that's actually before I even go to a doctor, which will require additional fees. For me, everything has changed. If it hasn't happened to you yet, it will. And Mr. Davis has just told us that the county employees are going to be increasing 9%, and they're going to bear the burden of half of that, and I appreciate that. That's a big expense. But the federal rules are going to hit the employer health plans at the end of next year, and it's going to be a big, big increase. It's not going to be 9%, it's going to be big. And I'm just wondering if you're planning on coming back to the taxpayers to cover those costs, or if you're going to pass over to the employees. You're going to have a difficult time convincing me that you and county employees need my money more than I do. Tonight you're considering an additional 2.5% increase for county employees over last year's increase. I'm wondering, where would you get another $5,000 in your current household budget to cover premium increases? I don't know where I'm going to get it, but who has a choice? This 2014 budget is approximately $60,500,000 and is an 8.23% increase over last year's budget. I propose that if you can finance this budget with sales taxes or other tax revenues, then vote for it, please. I know that we need to have these services. If you can't, then don't ask the property owners to do the financing. No one is going to come before the public and admit they can't pay their taxes, except you. It's embarrassing and it's humiliating, but you can't just keep asking property owners to carry a bigger and bigger burden. I'm just one story, and many more like me, and this burden is causing a huge hardship to many that just won't come and tell you about it. As you sit in your seat tonight, you've been elected to do the county's business. The voters have also elected you to protect their interests and their assets. And if you approve these budgets, you will also accept the responsibility of approving all the expenses outlined in those budgets. The county manager has done his job, a great job, meeting with all of his department heads to discuss and justify their expenses. I hope you were involved in that process and you scrutinized all those budgets before you approved them as a tentative budgets that you approved tonight. You obviously should be intimately familiar with each line item and make sure they're justified. Those department heads requested that it's your responsibility to approve it. I and many others have not had the best year in a long time. This is a comment that one councilman made last year that justified his vote for the last year's budget. I have also not seen a high level of help wanted ads for jobs at the county. That was another reason that one of the other councilmen voted for the budget last year. But since last year's vote, the council as a legislative body has lost the confidence of the public. The public has not forgotten that it voted to establish the change of government committee. The public is aware of many unresolved legal issues that are still pending, problems conforming to state statutes, and many other items. More than 2,000 registered voters signed a referendum petition this year because they don't know what's going on and are not sure that they approve of what the council is doing. This 2014 budget looks to me like another business as usual budget, and we are not experiencing business as usual in our personal lives. The government should find a way, aside from approving a property tax increase, to pay for this budget, or it should refuse to pass it. I would ask that you refuse the additional 2.5% employee increase, which will also increase benefit numbers, and absolutely refuse the increase in pay for elected officials unless you can demonstrate that it has been earned by exceptional competence and good judgment and responsive governance. In short, I, as a taxpayer, expect you to do the job you're elected to do. Be sure you know what you're voting for because you're being held accountable and responsible. Now, again, my comments are not intended to be critical of any particular individual. They are mine alone and reflect my personal perspective. Appreciate your attention tonight, and